Hi friends, Dr. Nancy Trimbley here, putting the power and knowledge of your health back in your hands. And what do I have here today? I have the remaining last 3 rolls of my COVID toilet paper hysteria warehoused toilet paper. Yes, it's been more than a year and it took me that long. And how many rolls of toilet paper do you have in your attic, garage, basement, pantry, under the cabinet in your bathroom? What other hysterical things have we done over the last year and a half that we do not want to repeat if we thought about it logically? It is early July 2021, and boy, the Delta variant is really making the headlines. But think back a few months ago. Do you remember the United Kingdom variant? Do you remember the California variant, the New York variant? And they all just kind of went away. So, how much do they want us to get wound up again as we head into midsummer and then the kids go back to school? Then we'll be in fall. Are we going to let them do to us what they have done in the past? What are you going to choose to think about more logically? Do children really need to wear masks? Do you need to wear a mask outside? Do you need to wear a mask at all? Is there opportunities for you to stay healthy and keep your immune system strong, which our immune systems get less robust the less we encounter other humans, the more we wear a mask? What are you going to choose to do and think about? I also want to bring something else to your attention, and this didn't make the headlines, but some holistic care practitioners brought this to my attention. This is N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine. This is an amino acid, meaning it's a building block of proteins. If you've taken a protein powder, smoothie, drink in the past, more than likely cysteine was on the profile of amino acids in it. It's an amino acid. If you look it up on WebMD, if you look it up on any site, there's no side effects. It is literally a nutrient. It is something that exists naturally in our body. However, if you go back and look at my COVID favorites for what to do if somebody near you was diagnosed or ill with COVID-19, or if you yourself have COVID-19, it's a list of at least 10 things that supplements you can take, things you can do to fight it off, resources to call, to tap into, so you can fight it off using nutrients, but also medications that have been around for decades. And those do include ivermectin, and it does include the dreaded malaria drug that I don't even want to mention its name. But these things, those 2 medications, and this amino acid were pulled from the market. You can no longer buy this as an individual. You must get a prescription for it. Why? Why? I'm going to show you another medication that is over the counter, and this is part of a class of medications called NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. And there are a few things. It's aspirin, ibuprofen, and this drug that I will not call by name. Many more people, many people, millions of people have been damaged by these drugs, because if you take too much of it, it starts to erode your stomach lining and cause stomach bleeding. A friend of mine, her father died from stomach bleeding. It is a horrible, horrible death. You can no longer eat. It's constant pain, spitting up blood. You cannot absorb nutrients. It's horrible. Yet this remains on the market. Also, what remains on the market, and with no barely a thought at teaching people a better way, is the insane amount of sugar that's in our foods. And these are heavily marketed as breakfast cereals to our children, setting them up for a life of lowered immunity, diabetes, early dementia. Yet for some reason, the federal government doesn't seem to have a reason to restrict us from that, or really push an advertising campaign, or maybe call to action to food companies to improve their ways. Yet, NAC no longer available. It just happens to be on my list of COVID favorites of things to do should you be fighting COVID 19. July 4th is a couple of days from now. And this country was founded on people that were escaping persecution, discrimination, who were persecuted for their ideas on what they chose to believe. I want you to take a stand. I want you to stand alongside me and say, you know what? Why can't we have a medication that's going to help COVID 19 patients in the early stages, in the mild stages? Why, when somebody gets COVID 19, are they shushed away, go home? If it gets to be a life threatening thing, come on back, then we'll hook you up to something. But I'm not going to offer you anything that will solve your problem right now. Why is that? I've heard, and I didn't look this up yet, that there is a law that says if there is a cure for a disease, a vaccine cannot be made for it. Hmm. Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the logic. Just follow the trail of logic. What are we going to choose to do? What's our boots on the ground report? Because you know, it's pretty good right here in my area of the world. The mask mandate dropped on April 6th. And you know what? People are doing fine. People are doing just fine. The numbers are going down. And oh, you say, oh, Dr. Nancy, but you know what? I bet you the majority of those people are vaccinated. I'm not so sure about that. And if you watch a future video of mine, I'll be creating, it's a report that's come out of the Cleveland Clinic about the difference between vaccinated and unvaccinated coming down with COVID. So I am going to leave you with these thoughts. What's your boots on the ground report? What logical things are you going to do should they try to place fear in you and get you to listen to ridiculous things? What are we going to do with that? So I invite you to stand alongside me. And as always, I'm putting the power and knowledge of your health back in your hands. And I invite you to take that knowledge and power and spread the word about this. Just get people to really look at things. What are you going to choose to do? And how about this? Turn off the TV and go talk to your neighbors. So have a great July 4th. Bye for now.